Colorado, in just 9 days, you'll have the chance to elect your next president. You'll have the chance to bring the change we need to Washington. That's the good news. But we're going to have to work. We're going to have to struggle. We are going to have to fight every single one of those 9 days to move this country in a new direction. We cannot let up, and I know you will not let up because you want change in America. Because one thing we know is that change never comes without a fight. In the final days of campaigns, the say anything, do anything politics all too often takes over. We've seen it before and we're seeing it again right now. The ugly phone calls, the misleading mail and TV ads, the careless, outrageous comments, all aimed at keeping us from working together. All aimed at stopping you from bringing about change. Well, this is not what we need right now. Denver, the American people don't want to hear politicians attack each other. You want to hear about how we're going to attack the challenges of climate change and the challenges of the economy and the challenges of health care, the challenges facing middle-class families each and every day. That's what you want to hear. What we need right now is honest leadership. That's why I'm running for President of the United States of America, to tell the truth to the American people about how we can bring about the change we need. Because this is a moment of great uncertainty for America. The economic crisis we face is the worst since the Great Depression. Businesses large and small are finding it impossible to get loans, which means they can't buy new equipment or hire new workers. Some can't make payroll even for the workers that they have. We've lost more than 750,000 jobs so far this year. Wages are lower than they've been in a decade, at a time when the costs of health care, college, food, groceries are all spiraling up. It's getting harder and harder to make the mortgage, or fill up the gas tank, even keep electricity on at the end of the month. At this rate, the question isn't just, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? The question is, are you better off than you were 4 weeks ago? So what we need right now desperately is a real debate about how to fix our economy, how to help middle-class families. But that's not what we're getting from the other side. A couple of weeks ago, my opponent's campaign, he said that if we keep on talking about the economy, we're going to lose. So they said they'll be attacking me instead. That's one campaign promise that they've actually kept. John McCain has been throwing everything he's got at us, hoping something sticks. He's even called me a socialist for suggesting that we should give tax cuts to you, middle-class families, instead of just to the wealthy and the corporations. But the other day, he took it to a whole new level. He said that it was actually me who was like George Bush. You can't make that stuff up. It would be maybe the strangest twist of a strange general election campaign. Senator McCain said that I would somehow continue the Bush economic policies, despite the fact that I'm opposed to them even before I got to the United States Senate. He claimed that he, John McCain, would bring about change to George Bush's economic policies. Now, that was bad enough. Then, just this morning, Senator McCain said that actually he and President Bush share a common philosophy. That's right, Colorado. I guess that was John McCain finally giving us a little straight talk, owning up to the fact that he and George Bush actually have a whole lot in common. Well, here's the thing, though. We know what the Bush-McCain philosophy looks like. It's a philosophy that says we should give more and more to millionaires and billionaires and hope that it trickles down on everybody else. It's a philosophy that gives tax breaks to wealthy CEOs and to corporations that ship jobs overseas while hundreds of thousands of jobs are disappearing here at home. It's a philosophy that justifies spending $10 billion a month in Iraq while the Iraqi government sits on a huge surplus and our economy is in crisis. For 8 years, we've seen the Bush-McCain philosophy put our country on the wrong track. We can't have another 4 years that look just like the last 8. It is time for change in Washington, and that's why I'm running for President of the United States of America, and that's why we're here today. We know that the economic crisis that hit Wall Street has been hurting middle-class families on Main Street for years. But during the primaries, Senator McCain was saying that we've made great progress economically under George Bush. Just last month, he was still arguing that the fundamentals of our economy are strong. We know that we have to get spending under control in Washington so that we're not burdening our children's future and their amount of debt. But for all of Senator McCain's tough talk on spending, he voted for 4 out of the 5 Bush budgets that let things get totally out of control. That's not change. We know that it's time for new ideas and new leadership in the White House. But Senator McCain voted with President Bush 90% of the time over the last 8 years. Just the other day, George Bush returned the favor and voted early for John McCain. Well, Colorado, George Bush is the only one who gets to vote early. You can vote early